What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are at the Mercedes dealership again, and I got quite a surprise for you today. So the car is not in for any general maintenance. It's in for a preventative maintenance. We're having the hoses, the coolant, the radiator hoses replaced, along with the coolant. We're having the coolant flushed. I realized we had that done last year, but we didn't replace the hoses, and the shop recommended that, so we're having it done at the dealership. Alrighty. So check this out. I'm behind the wheel of an GLC300. This is my first time being loaned an electric vehicle, let alone an electric Mercedes. So we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to take it for a drive. So let's go ahead and turn it on. Adjust my seat. Okay, so we've got 145 miles of range with a maximum of 153 if you put it in eco mode, I believe. I don't know. I'm new to the whole EQ thing, so let's just get used to this. One thing that's immediately noticeable is obviously it's very silent, and there's no auto start stop button underneath the ignition switch here because there's no engine. Drive modes here, we have eco, comfort, sport, and then individual, which is configurable. I'll configure that later. And then this is also a touch screen. Key fob right here. Very cool. All right, let's take her for a drive. And we're gonna go find a place to plug this in. Alrighty, turning that off because I don't want copyright. And one thing I will tell you about right off the bat before I take her right out of here is these are not paddle shifters. You use the paddles on this car to control your regen braking. Now normally it defaults to auto, but you can pull the minus and go to minus or double minus depending on the state of charge for additional regen braking. And then you can pull the plus. D plus means there is no regen braking at all. And then if you pull and hold either paddle shifter, it goes to auto, so it automatically adjusts the level of regen braking depending on the conditions, which I think is pretty cool. All right, so currently here in the South Naperville Plaza here, over by this movie theater, currently got the car plugged in, charging, and check out how cool this graphic is. So you can see it's a nice green-blue mix for the just state of charge for the battery. You also have your percentage and then your current estimated range, and you can see how much power is flowing into the battery while it's plugged in. And then this, I believe, is the preheat function, which activates whenever you unlock the car, so that way it can get things warm without the car being on or running. So that's pretty cool. I plan on making a full in-depth review video of this, as well as a nighttime POV country drive, so stay tuned for that. So the dealership told me that the coolant will not need to be done, so that's at least good. You know, we won't have to do that again. We had that done last year at the shop as sort of preventative maintenance. We didn't realize it was a 10-year or 100,000 mile item, but I am glad we had it done because for those long life coolants, sometimes people forget about it, and then that can lead to catastrophic failures, which we don't want. So I decided, you know what, we're going to do this coolant as a preventative maintenance item because while long life coolant is a good thing, you don't want to forget to flush your coolant. As you can see there, we're on 240 3-phase at a public charging station. And it's costing me absolutely nothing. See, from now on, when we get a loaner car from the dealer, we're just going to go electric. That way, we won't have to worry about putting gas in it, and it won't cost us a penny. It's freaking awesome, the world we live in. The only real problem is range, but of course, if you're driving short distances or not going on the highway, there's really no range anxiety with this. And since this is only a loaner, it's fine. Especially since I have an at-home charger for my plug-in hybrid. So, yep. So far, so good, but I'm not sure if there's much else to cover right now, so I guess I'll catch you guys in the garage. So one last thing before I cut to the garage clip. Check this out. I switched it into progressive mode for the display. So when you are using power, the speedometer turns red, but when you slow down, go into the regenerative braking stage, it turns blue. So it turns blue to indicate you are regenerating power into the battery, and it turns red to indicate you are using power to maintain speed or to get going or whatever it may be. Pretty cool. Alright, so it's currently later in the evening, and I just got done filming a POV country drive of this, so you can expect to see that uploaded probably sometime next week. I'll do the in-depth review video tomorrow. Currently it is Wednesday, November 8th, 2023. Now, I'm going to show you something cool. So this is the charge port, and it is DC fast charge compatible. However, I do not have such a charger, so we're just going to use the regular port. But yeah, as you saw earlier, you can just do that and then that, or you can just flip the bottom one and it opens them both. So I have already tested this. This is my Ford plug-in hybrid charger, and it works just fine on the Mercedes. So yellow means it's preparing to charge, and flashing green means it's charging, and then solid green means it's fully charged. So as you can see, there are the patterns. So solid yellow means it's waiting to charge, so you can set it to not charge at a certain time. Flashing yellow means, like I said, it's preparing to charge. And then this is how you disconnect it. You press this button here and just pull the plug. And then latch it up and you're good to go. But we're going to plug it back in. I also want to show you, if this will go in, something else that's cool. So there's the charge graphic, which I showed you earlier as well. Shows you the current that's being pulled from the outlet and going into the battery. Shows you what time the battery is estimated to be finished charging. And as you can see, it's going to take more than 24 hours on 120 at the current state of charge to fully charge the battery. So that goes to show you how terribly slow 120 volts is for an electric vehicle, but for a plug-in hybrid with a smaller battery, it's fine, like the Mousemobile 3.0, aka the 2018 Ford Fusion Energy Platinum. But anyway, I don't know if I told you earlier in the video what the GLC is in the dealer for. The shop that we take the car to recommended that we do the radiator hoses due to the age of the vehicle and the mileage. It currently has just under 63,000 miles on it, and the car is 7 years old. So naturally, rubber deteriorates, and then that could lead to coolant leaks if that preventative maintenance is not done. So because it's a Mercedes, we don't want to take chances with it. We don't want a coolant leak. I mean, I remember having a coolant leak with Jaguar XJ8, if you guys remember when I had that car. But I want to show you something else cool. So lock the car. Now, unfortunately, this EQB does not have keyless go, so you do have to press the buttons on the key fob to lock or unlock the vehicle. But if I just put the key fob away and I try to disconnect the charger, as you can see, it's not going to go. It's a good anti-theft measure. So the charger, once you've inserted it, is locked, and then you can't unlock it without the key fob nearby. That way, nobody can just come and tamper with the charging cable, because some people do that, and there is charging etiquette. You can't just unplug someone else's car because it's not yours. So I am glad a lot of newer electric vehicles and plug-in hybrids have that, so that way nobody will be able to do that. But yeah, the dealership talked to my father, and then he relayed to me that they have not been able to work on the GLC today, but they will get back to him tomorrow, and then I imagine he'll just relay what the dealer told him. So we'll see how long we have this for, but I'm loving it so far. And I described the regular gas GLB 250 as a tank. Well, this drives very smoothly, and it's a lot quieter because it's fully electric in comparison to the GLB. Now, both of them do have run-flat tires. These are Pirelli Scorpion Zero all-season and run-flat tires. Yep, there's the run-flat symbol there. MOE, the E standing for extended mobility, which is the run flat. So in case of a flat, you can drive up to 50 miles on said flat, but once the run flat operation is carried out, the tire must be replaced. And it also has the Elect, which is Pirelli's formulated tire for electric or sometimes even plug-in hybrid vehicles. So that way the tire is made to withstand the instant torque the electric motors generate, because electric motors have full torque at all speeds, unlike an internal combustion engine, which you can get addicted to that torque. Like, yeah, it's very fun to drive electric cars. And this may not have a lot of horsepower. I don't know the exact figure off the top of my head, but this is an EQB300 4MATIC, so at least it is four-wheel drive. I will look up the statistics again and give you the horsepower and torque figures in the in-depth review video I plan on making. But until next time, peace out, and let me know what you want to see in terms of future videos with this car while I still have it.